Since ancient time, the feminine mysteries have been a portal into the mystical, eternal, and primordial dimensions. Womb priestesses would not only connect with the voice of their wombs, but also the messages from Mama Earth, the cosmos, and beyond. Goddess Mother Nut, in ancient Egyptian philosophy, represented the cosmic mother, the goddess of the sky and the heavens. She was a transformer between realms, and just like all divine feminine energy, receiving the seed from the past and through the magic of our vessel, transmuting it into the future. The feminine is a place where miracles happen, and when we understand this and we come to know this, through every inch of our being, we know and we honor our worth. This flow is a submersion into the sacred feminine, an ode to the feminine within us. No matter who you are or where you're from, we can all connect to the sacred divinity within. Let's begin by bringing one hand onto the heart and the other onto the womb. Deep inhale in through the nose. Hold the breath. Exhale, release through the mouth. Another deep inhale in through the nose, slow and steady, bringing that life force down into the cosmic womb that sits within. And exhale, release through the mouth. Keep breathing deeply into your center, allowing the flow of love and adoration for your being, for all that you've been through, to bring you to this moment today, soaking and relishing in adornment. Deep inhales in through the nose. Exhale, release through the mouth. One last inhale. And on the exhale, allow the hands to float down to your side. Hands on the knees, palms facing the sky. Inhale, bring the hands up above in a circular motion. Opening up the heart space, opening up the chest. Breathing as the arms come up like a dove. Exhaling as the arms circle back down. Big inhale as the arms come up, dropping the hands down. Exhale as you float the hands together in front of you. And inhale as the arms extend out again. Let's bring both hands onto the chest. The left hand extends out and then back in. And then the right extends out and back in onto the heart space. Once again, the left arm extends out, back in. Inhale as the right arm comes out. Exhale as we bring both back together. Inhale again, left arm. Exhale, back together. Hold the chest, hold the heart. Drop the hands down to the womb. Take a deep inhale into the heart space, and then bring that energy down into the womb, purifying and cleansing. Exhale out anything old or anything stagnant. Let's let it go. And in this moment, I'd like you to think about the ways in which you could honor yourself better. Whether that's setting standards or boundaries for your life, for the environments and the relationships and the people. As we understand that when we establish parameters, precise and exact standards, we create an immaculate, irresistible, and magnetic container. And this is the energy of the feminine to attract. So once the container is golden and ready to receive the miracles, the abundance, the prosperity, the amazing people and friendships and relationships begin to show up. So as we sit here and we hold this ancient technology within, I'd like you to think about the ways in which you can honor yourself more and more each day. On the inhale, slowly release the hands out onto your side. Bring the hands up, opening up the chest and the heart space. Hands connect above. Hold here. Rotate the palms out and exhale, release. Bring the hands down to your side. And let's reorient and come into a seated position. Feet are extended out in front of you. Knees are gently bent. Holding on to our inner thighs, lean back and round the spine. And on the exhale, arch the back forward towards the knees. Let's do a couple rounds of this, activating our center, activating our core. Remember to breathe. Inhale, let's bring the hands behind us, fingertips pointed towards the toes, and lift the hips up off the mat. Bring the chin back if your practice allows it. Hold here. Release yourself back down to the mat. Come into a forward bend. Inhale and exhale, reaching for the toes. Inhale, come up, arms up into the side. Just opening up and flying, bringing the arms back and around. All the way up. Release the hands down to your side. And again, press up through the hips, bringing the chin back and hold. And release back down to the mat, forward bend. Inhale and exhale here. On the inhale, slowly come up. We're going to wrap our feet around to the left side of our body, still seated. Inhale and rotate the spine, gazing behind you, arms on either side. Hold here. It's a beautiful spinal twist and a way to open up the core. Okay, let's switch sides. Arms on either side of you, gazing behind, really opening up and twisting at the core, the spine. Okay, let's reorient and be gentle if you have any back or neck problems here. Please watch first. Feet planted on the mat, hands behind you, and press up through the hips, holding here. If this is okay for you, continue to hold. If not, you can come into a forward bend. And release ourselves back down, bottom comes first. And inhale again, pressing up through the hips, releasing back down, bringing both feet underneath you. And this time we're going to press up through the hips, but this time our knees are on the ground. And release back down, come forward into Sphinx. Let's bring our forehead to the mat. Hold here. Breathing into the womb. Exhale, releasing through the nose. Inhale, come back into a seated position, hands on the knees. And let's rotate forward, chest comes down towards the earth and back around again. Just activating the womb and the hips. opposite side. Really getting some motion in our solar plexus and in our root chakra. Inhale, arching the back. Exhale, curving the back. Do a couple rounds of these, really breathing into the center. Inhale, come onto all fours, round the spine, Mother Newt. Exhale, release, Father Geb. Inhale, round the spine, Mother Newt. Tuck the toes under. Lift the hips, press the hips back. Let's come into pyramid. Hold here. Lift the right leg high, bend the knee. Drive the knee forward and onto the mat. Release the hands down onto the mat in front of you. Forehead follows. Allow this to be your moment of release. And on the inhale, slowly rise. Come into a quick lunge and then extend that leg into triangle. Both hands on the mat. Bend the right knee, come forward, and then bring that leg back up towards the sky and back down. Pedal the feet. This time lift the left leg high. Drive that knee forward, come into pigeon. Exhale, release the hands in front of you onto the mat, forehead on the mat. Continue to breathe here. On the inhale, slowly rise. This time we're going to bring the left leg back up high and then drive that knee forward and then extend the leg, folding at the hips. Come back into a lunge and bring the left leg high once again and back down to meet the other. Pedal the feet, bring the knees down to the mat and slowly sit back in a seated position, rounding the arms behind you. Come onto the knees and continue to rotate the hands behind you. Inhaling as the arms come up, exhaling as the arms float down. We're going to move into a slight back bend, so if you have any neck or back injuries, I recommend continuing to float the arms in a backward motion. Inhale, bring the hands up, fingertips to touch. Exhale, slowly bring both hands behind you. One hand on each ankle, and slowly tilt the chin back. Hold here. On the inhale, using your core to lift yourself back up and come forward, you can tuck the toes under or have the toes flat on the mat. Forehead is reaching towards the mat. Bring the hands behind you, fingers connected. Hands back on the mat and press your hips back. Let's come into pyramid. Lift the right leg high, drive that knee forward. We're going to come into a lunge. Interlace the fingertips behind you and press forward into that lunge, opening up the heart space. Hold here, really fortifying the strength in your position on the ground. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, bring the arms down on the mat. Lift the right leg high. Bring that foot back down. And this time lift the left leg high. Drive that knee forward, come into a lunge. Inhale, arms come up and interlace the fingers behind you. Really sink deep into the lunge. Inhale, bring the arms up, fingertips to touch. Exhale, bring the arms down to the mat. Lift the left leg back up towards the sky and back down towards the mat. Pedal the feet out, come into pyramid, and then walk the feet to the top of the mat, forward bend. Holding on to the elbows and then releasing, slowly curving the spine all the way up, straight line. Arms come up and exhale, release the hands. Inhale, slowly bring the arms all the way up above the head, fingertips to touch. Angle your feet just a little bit outward so they're on a diagonal, and then slowly sink down into a squat. You can bring the elbows into the outside of the knees. pressing in just a little to give yourself a little bit more of a range. Bring the hands down on the mat in front of you. You can rock back and forth just a little, opening up the hamstrings, opening up the hips. And then bring your hands behind you. Come down into a seated position. One hand on the womb, one hand on the heart. Using your core to gently fall back, allowing the knees to fall to either side. And hold here. Deeply inhaling into the womb. Bringing the breath down, feeling the belly expand. Exhaling and releasing through the nose. Finding that place of stillness. Finding that place in your heart space for complete and total self-adoration. The feeling of truly loving every part of your being. No matter where you are in your life, no matter the circumstances, allow this moment for yourself. And slowly we bring ourselves back into our bodies, back into the room. Taking one last big inhale in through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Slowly we make our way back up into a seated position, hands gently pressed on the knees. Inhale as the arms come up above the head, reaching towards the cosmos. And exhale as we bring the hands down into the heart space. I hope you had a beautiful practice today. May joy and peace and serenity be in your thoughts, in your hearts, and in your deeds. Thank you so much.